You wake up to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke, fire. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here or what on Vertuma is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend. Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is ringing in your ears. You try to speak, but the words come out jumbled. Your throat seizes around a lungful of choking smoke, and you feel dizzy and confused. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. What the heck? Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? Oh, what the heck? The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open. You are born on the stratospheric Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertuma 4 in the hope they could escape Earth's troubles. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merged their cultures and traditions. They name you, I'm going to choose Solana. You're a bright-eyed child with an active imagination, sometimes too active, your mom says. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do feminine. You have vivid dreams of things you've never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertuma will be like. Every child on the stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first signs of yours. I'm going with absorbent brain. Professor Hal says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges, but when people get older, they can't absorb as much new stuff. Not for you, you're always learning and your curiosity knows no end. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. We're gonna go with Cal. Cal is a sweetheart, always ready to lend a hand or play a game. He and Tammy are just as inseparable, so it's almost like you have two best friends instead of just one. Cal teaches you how to take care of all the classroom plans. Your parents are very proud of both of you. We're going with Cal. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor Hal says it's like a doorway to other star systems, with the planet Vertuma 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble. Then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's going to be fine, Silana, your dad soothes. We'll be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know it, just like we've practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Red emergency lights switch on as a siren begins to sound somewhere distant in the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look out a porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, you get in touch with your emotions. You bawl like a baby. It feels good. You aren't the only one. Nearby, your classmate Tammy has tears streaming down her cheeks. Mars is trying to quietly console her. She sighs as your crying makes Tammy wail even more loudly. Your dad puts his arms around you as you let it out. You wait. The shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches, and you're stretching too. Your arms impossibly long, your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is the tense deja vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know, somehow, that everything is going to be okay. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall, head first. You black out. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow, lots of them, different tomorrows. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger, but also not a stranger, grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship's shaking has stopped and hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the medbay. The medbed under you plays a soft tone, and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from the twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, walled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom-like trees. There are construction materials everywhere, and people walking around outside on the ground. You better get out there and join them. Oh, Tammy jumps out as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake. Are you all better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. Tammy looks concerned. You slept so long after you bumped your head, she says. I bet your parents were worried. Your dad is working over in the geoponics near those domes. They're called greenhouses. I would go with you, but, well, this is as far as I've been since we landed, Tammy stammers, blushing. It's scary outside. Silana, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you were finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Welcome to Vertuma. he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from outside, except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two, in parts taken off to form other buildings, and a big wall around the whole colony. The Allen jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. I'm glad you agree, he says. Your mother and I, we've been waiting a long time to see grass and trees again, even if they are purple. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is, he asks. You honestly don't. You remind him that you've been asleep in medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what is in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package. Some years ago on the ship, inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. How did you know this? Is it exactly as you imagined, as you dreamed? A feeling of panic rises in your throat. Your hand shakes, but how? Your dad notices. Are you okay, Solana? He snaps his fingers. Dr. Instant shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes those sleeping meds take a while to wear off. They might make your head feel funny for a few hours. You nod. Maybe that's all it is. Someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Solana, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed, and... He stops himself. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it, your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in classes, if you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west of the engineering wing, in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to the large doors you came out of earlier, or you can relax in our quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Solana. I love you. Hiya, Solana. And Nomi seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, 'cause it isn't cold, and it's still neat, and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little, and Nomi is very simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. Just snow spirals, she says. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pal. You missed it while you were sleeping in medbay. She smiles, her broad gap-toothed smile at you. Now that you're awake, we can play. She smacks her forehead. School! I wondered where everybody was. I guess I'm going to be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you! No fair, she's getting a head start. Good afternoon, my burgeoning biologists and upcoming chemists. Professor Hal welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon we'll learn what I like to call wet sciences. He gestures to his hollow projected lesson plan. Biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering classes. For today's lesson, Professor Hal tells you we'll start with a fun group project. You'll be studying mush tree, prominent natural resource native to Vertuma. In the ideal conditions, it can grow at a speed of over a meter a day and have a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands up to his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You're teamed up with Tang and Cal and are given a musk tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up and surveyor's notes on the hollow net. Musk trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, most moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use water instead of soil? Cal suggests, like they do in hydroponics. Ting nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Solana, do you have any suggestions? Oh, I'm not good at this. Every day you rush into the classroom to check on its progress. At first there's nothing, but by midweek your little musk tree shoot sprouts up and starts its journey. You raise the light gradually as it grows towards it. In the end, yours is the middle of the pack. Since musk trees tend to grow in the rainy, overcast places rather than hot, dry ones, you wonder if you might have given it too much light. Wait, what? When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move cards to fill the 5 panes and make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. If your total in the circle on the right reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on your card, some challenges can't be won, but you still get a reward for doing your best. Order matters. Do I have to use all 5? Okay. Your parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away, but there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles, and Professor Hal will give you kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those at the depot once it's open. Says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Her mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have ideas for how you can spend your time. And come by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help. And Nomi is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up, she shouts, and bumps the ball in your direction. Think fast! You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Nomi tells you about the new sports ball court, a proper regulation-sized court, way bigger than the little zero-G one in the stratospheric. Her brother, Com, is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He coaches me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Naomi meets you on the court. She's bouncing from one leg to the other in excitement. My brother Com is organizing the youth team, she tells you. Kombucha offers you a high five and greeting, then tosses a sports ball your way. Let's start with a practice game to see what you're good at. You and Naomi are team captains. Pick your team. Naomi used to practice with Cal and Mars on the ship, but Tammy, you're surprised to see her here. Com will fill in to even up the teams, but he promises to go easy on the other side. Mind if I play goalie, he asks. Sports ball is fun, but I don't really like to score against the other team. Nomi chooses kombucha, of course. They bump fists. Your next choice is, I choose Tammy. Cal said I should join, but I'm not very good at sports. Where should I stand? She asked quietly. You weren't sure. You assign her to tackleback and tell her to stick like glue, but the opposing team spiker. Maybe she'll get in the way instead of yours. You face off, 3-on-3. Oh, goal is 24. Oh, shoot. I fucked up, that's why. I wish I could redo it. This week, get a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning, you were sure Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate on hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy.